Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. I'm RexFinance, and today we got the green lights behind me again because, it's a special day for Bitcoin. As you can see, this morning, the price of Bitcoin skyrocketed from 26,000 to about 27,500 currently, on news that the SEC must review Grayscale's ETF bid after previous rejection. Now, there's going to be a lot of misinformation being spread all over the internet about this. This does not mean that the SEC has approved a spot Bitcoin ETF. This just simply means, as the article states, that the SEC must review Grayscale's ETF bid once again and reconsider it. Now, this is still a very, very big deal. One, because crypto and Bitcoin simply have not been in the press at all for the last year, if not 2 years. CNBC hasn't been talking about Bitcoin like they used to. YouTubers, Twitter, all over. Crypto and Bitcoin has not been in the news cycle near as much as it used to be. So right now, any publicity is good publicity. Now, this is a very, very big step in the direction of perhaps SEC approval for a spot Bitcoin ETF, and I'll discuss what that means and the potential implications for the price of Bitcoin in today's video. But if you guys are new here or returning and not yet subscribed, please subscribe down below. We're one of the fastest growing stock market YouTube channels out there currently. I'd like to maintain that trend, but it's going to take all of you, so check below, make sure you're subscribed. A federal appeals court ordered the SEC to vacate its rejection of the trust issuer's bid to convert the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into an ETF. The SEC technically can appeal this decision, but it'd be a waste of time, right? The SEC has bigger fish to fry, so more than likely they're just going to take this L and run with it because it's really not that big of an L. All they have to do is reconsider this application. But what's maybe even more exciting about all of this is that the SEC's ruling on BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF is due this week. And BlackRock, if you're unaware, they're the largest money managers in the world, and their ETF approval rate is 575 to 1, meaning they've had 576 ETF applications that they've sent into the SEC, and 575 of those have been approved while only one has been rejected. So the odds that BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF application is rejected is very low. Eventually, I believe that BlackRock's ETF application will be approved. Notice my words, eventually. I don't think that this week we're going to see the SEC approve this spot Bitcoin ETF. Do I think approval will eventually come? Yes, absolutely. I don't think there's any question about it. We have to remember that this is a huge revenue and income opportunity for the government that they're currently missing out on. There's a lot of money out there that can't get access to Bitcoin, and once a spot Bitcoin ETF is approved, all of that money all of a sudden can come flowing into these ETFs, and that is money that the government can tax, which, the government likes to tax you. I don't consider it taxing, I actually consider it stealing my money personally, but that's just my opinion. And because of all this money and liquidity that will come into the Bitcoin space, we have Fundstrat's Tom Lee, who sees Bitcoin reaching $150,000 upon ETF approval. Almost instantaneously, he believes Bitcoin will reach $150,000. And this all has to do with a supply and demand imbalance that would be caused by this approval. He says in his own words, "I think the demand will be greater than the daily supply of Bitcoin, so the clearing price will be over $150,000, even potentially $180,000. However, it's important to remember that Tom Lee is almost a perma bull, just like me. I'm a perma bull, so he has this bullish bias to him. So when he comes up with these price targets, just know there's some bullish bias behind it. However, it doesn't stop there. Cathie Wood has a Bitcoin price target of $1.5 million by 2030, and a lot of this price target and this thesis has to do with spot Bitcoin ETF approval and all of the liquidity that would come into the Bitcoin space as a result of such approval. Personally, I absolutely think Bitcoin will go up and go up a lot over time upon a Bitcoin spot ETF approval. I believe some investors will try and front run this news, which could hinder the overall immediate impact or price jump that Bitcoin could see upon approval of the spot Bitcoin ETF. But as a result of all of the new liquidity that could access Bitcoin, I do believe that the price will go up and go up significantly. However, we also need to consider the other side of the equation. If a spot Bitcoin ETF is approved, it also opens up the door to the short side, not just the long side, but the short side as well. People will be able to short Bitcoin, to buy put options contracts on Bitcoin, or to take a leveraged stance against Bitcoin. So not all of this liquidity that will come into Bitcoin as a result of this approval will go to the long side. We also need to consider that some of it will inevitably go to the short side. However, that's more likely to happen over the long term, because if a spot ETF is approved, you'd pretty much destroy your portfolio immediately if you're short Bitcoin when that approval takes place. And the last thing we need to consider with this is that this will force risk on money to come back into the markets. We're already seeing that today with the NASDAQ up almost 2%. Some of this rise in the NASDAQ can be attributable to this Bitcoin news and the fact that Bitcoin has gone up significantly in price today. So whenever this ETF is inevitably approved, it is going to force risk on money back into the markets. Now, I don't know if that's going to be over the short term, the medium term, or the long term, but it's going to happen. We can even see today the Bitcoin mining companies like CleanSpark is up 15%, Marathon is up 24%, and Riot Platforms is also up 15%. These Bitcoin mining stocks are some of the riskiest investments that you can make in the stock market. This is risk on money coming back into the markets. And all we needed was a catalyst. August has been a very rough month for the stock market, as I thought it would. I made a video on August 1st saying stocks are all about to dip, and I was correct about that. Now, last week I made a video saying that I thought the bottom was in, and so far that's looking really, really good, but I am due to be wrong because I also called the October bottom. You can go watch that video by clicking the eye in the top right-hand corner. I've just been correct way too often. I promise I don't have a crystal ball, but I am due to be incorrect and wrong about something I say in this video. I'm not a financial advisor. I've never claimed to be. Do not follow what I do or what I say exclusively. Please do your own research and due diligence. But with that, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think the price of Bitcoin will go to upon spot Bitcoin ETF approval. Stay blessed. Keep 10 toes to the ground and your chin up. Peace out.